All right, this is just going to be a quick video on something I'm working on. As we're trading, we're looking for faster ways to trade. I know through MetaTrader 4, I wrote some script years ago, and there's two scripts, two buy scripts, two sell scripts, or basically one script. When you slide the script over, it places two trades. I'm allowed to trade multiple trades in the same direction. So what it does is it puts on one trade to add 15 contracts, or lots as it's called in Forex, and then it places another trade for 5. So the 15 closes out in a take profit level, and then the 5 is to run. So that's my runner, okay? And what we're going to do is put 20 in here. Typically, as we're trading, I'll look and put like 10 or 20, however many I'm trading here. Well, let's say it's 20. Let's say I want to buy now. Now, the lower time frames are kind of mixed right now as we have a pullback. I'm just using this as demonstration. Okay, so and it's the time of day it is. Okay, so it's 3:30 in the afternoon. So I wouldn't be placing a trade now anyway. So now's a good time to run this and just show you how it works. So I would typically come in and I'm going to buy 20 contracts. Okay, I'm going to come down under a previous low, and I'm going to sell 20. That gives me my stop, okay? Now, I've got this on a demo just to run it and show you, but I have been live testing it. So far, it's working good. What we like to do is take that one-to-one level here, whatever that is come up here and create an order, and we're going to put 15 in there. So we're going to close partial. If we're not capturing profit, why are we sitting here all day long, okay? I know for one on gold today, it did just this to me. My first trade. It went up, breached my one-to-one level. So 15 out of the 20 was closed. And then it come down, and then eventually it shot down to my stop and stopped the last 5 out. Now, when it hit one-to-one, I had moved my stop up to the halfway point. Okay, that's to lower my risk on what is open, the open contracts. So that being said, don't kick yourself for pulling profit, because we're also going to come in up here. So that would be a one-to-one level at 2-to-1, and we would come in and we're going to put 3 in here, and we're going to be doing a sell limit of 3. Okay, and then we would come up to the next profit target level, and we would do a sell limit of 1. So eventually, or what we're doing is we're scaling out of the trade, and we're going to manage the last one with our stop. But as things move, so when it comes up and hits one-to-one, you have to decide, do you leave your stop where it is? Do you move your stop to the halfway point or even break even? I don't recommend moving it to break even yet, okay, but you can, okay? I was almost stopped out pulling it to the halfway point on one of my other trades, okay? So you have to decide. It hits one-to-one, closes this out. You can move your stop up to the halfway point. It comes up and hits this right here and closes out the other 3. Then you can move your stop up and trail your stop up the target levels. And we have a tool that we use for that. So again, I'm looking for that speed, and we don't have that in this platform where I can quickly place those trades. I can get into a trade really quickly, right? I can come in here, scale that down, and just buy real quick. I can come in and put my stop in really quickly. So right there, it's protected. And now I can focus on, where's my first take profit? Let's put a trade on. Where's my second? But have you ever come to the market and placed a trade, and as soon as you did, or it's maybe moving before you did, but it starts just really cranking, and it goes up through where you would have had a take profit? Okay, so because it's already moving, you don't have time to place that trade, and then you've got to panic. You're kind of in panic mode. Should I close? Should I not? What if it gives me more money? That's not trading. Okay, you don't want your emotions involved. You want to take as many of your emotions out of the equation as you can. You want to trade kind of like a robot, no emotions. And in order to do that, if you place a sell limit order here, a sell limit order here, and a sell limit order here, guess what? You're just going to sit there and watch it play out. You're sitting on the sidelines. You've placed your trade, placed your stop, you've placed 3 take profit levels, and at the end, if it cranks through all those, you'll have 1 contract remaining. And you'll just have to manage your stop as you go. Because like I said, when it hits 1-to-1, you'll move your stop to halfway. It hits the 2-to-1, you'll move your stop to break even. It hits 3-to-1, you're going to move your stop up to the next level, to the 1-to-1 level, or maybe 1.5. And that's different based on each individual trader. So again, looking for speed in placing these trades. So what I'm working with now is a script, and I'm also trying to work on something that's free, because I know we get hit with everything under the sun in trading, from training to subscriptions to alerts. If you're prop trading, you've got monthly fees there, or you've got eval accounts that you're buying and you're blowing, so you're buying more. So you're constantly shelling money out using Tradingview. There is a free version, but then there's paid versions. And so you might even be paying for a subscription there, especially they ding you for everything under the sun. If you want to open up multiple charts, 6 or 8 charts, you have to have that subscription level. So what I'm working with right now is just a test of it, and I'm just using a macro recorder for this. What it does is it records your mouse clicks and movements and your entries, okay, and contract size. It'll record that right there, and then it goes through and places the trade. So that's the test phase of it. And then I'll have a script that's going to be wrote that can be adjusted on your end, but it's going to take some time to get it done. But I kind of wanted to show you because I'm kind of excited about it. I've used this. I used it today, and I used it yesterday. So just using it, just starting to use it to place those multiple trades. When you run the script, you have to take your hand off the mouse key. The only other way to do this would be to have orders sent to your broker. So if you're, like this account, right now I've got it set on paper. But if I had it linked to my Tradingview accounts, if I go into Tradingview and place trades, they show up here. I could place multiple orders in Tradingview. I don't like using that platform. But you can go in and place multiple orders, your stop limits and everything. They will show up on this platform, okay? A lot of people don't like using Tradingview to trade through. It's a little different. So they like Tradingview. So there are a few things you can do, and there's subscription-based software that you can get to do this for you. There again, it costs money. So this right now doesn't cost money. And hopefully then I can get it programmed to where it's more of a script, because I don't want to keep it this macro-based, recording. Because it's just kind of clunky. I want a script that'll just go through and send all the orders in to Tradingview, into your broker. So I'm going to run it real quick, and you'll just watch the mouse over here. It's going to kind of go ballistic because it has to go through and click all these and set up the contracts and, come over. And if you're doing a sell limit, it has to come over here, and it has to put in like 20 for your first take profit, or 40 would be your next take profit. It has to adjust the contract size and all that good stuff, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click it and run it. You can see how fast it's moving. That's on the fastest setting, and there you go. It's everything set up that I talked about. So you have your initial order of 20 with your stop for 20, and then your first take profit of closing out 15, closing out 3, closing out 1. So all you have to do at this point, again, when you get the buy sell, and it doesn't matter what you're using, doesn't matter if you're using moving average crosses or with the MACD or whatever your setup is, if you can execute quickly, that always benefits you more. If you can execute your trades quickly, get them on the charts quickly, you don't miss that initial move. Because right now I don't expect it. Right now it's almost 4 in the afternoon. So I don't expect quick movements. But when we're trading during the start of the U.S. session And even like right after around the 9:30 a.m. Eastern, when the stock market opens, U.S. stock market opens, well, then things really start moving. You don't want slow execution on your trades. So it's bad enough we're human, we're slow. We're going to make sure we're not putting in 200 contracts in here. You know, I'm going to make sure I'm putting in 20 and not accidentally 200. You know, so we're going to take a little bit of time there. So this way you could do it. It sets it up ahead of time. It's going to click all the buttons for you, place all the trades for you. You don't have to do a thing now except sit and kind of watch it. Now, I could still walk away from the chart. Not right now. Not right the way it is. Because if it comes up here and closes 15 and then goes all the way and hits my stop, because if it comes up and hits and closes 15, I will have 5 left on my buy order. If it comes down here and hits my 20 stop, guess what it just did? Closed my 5 and placed 15 short. That's why you never walk away with trades sitting, existing in your account. So, what I could do, I placed a buy order. I could care less if it comes hits my stop. If it hits my stop, guess what? It's going to stop out the trade. I really don't care about that. I'm not going to sit here and back my stop up or anything else. As it's coming down, I'm not going to close out partial. Not doing any of that. Not interested in that. So if it comes down, stops me out, who cares? I'm out. But if it goes up and hits my take profit level, my first one, and closes out 15, I need to know about it. If I'm going to leave, run up and get some coffee upstairs, whatever. But if I'm going to leave, I need to know if this happens. I need to know when the 15 are closed out, because that makes a difference. When the 15 are closed, you'll have 5 down here in your order, but this still sells 20 down here. Now, if you're paper trading, it's different. This still says 20. I have to come down and manually modify that. I have to come in and modify it to 5, and then I would want to move it as well. I'd want to move my stop up, and it won't let me do it unless I do that. I put on 8, sorry. So it closed out the first trade, the 15. I would come in and put in 5, and then I would want to move my stop to the halfway point, okay? So if I'm going to walk away from the computer, I need to know when the first level's hit. Just put an alarm on there. Put a line with an alarm. Stick a line on it. It doesn't have to be that big. And stick an alarm on it when the price crosses up. I want to know when that's triggered. So now, as the pair goes up, if the pair comes up, it's not going to do anything here. But once it hits here, I'm going to get an alert. Well, what's that going to do? I'm going to get alert. I better come back to the computer because my alert's been hit. And you can name these whatever you want. You can change the alert name and give it, I'm sorry, it's not pulling up the alert here. So you can come in and change the alert, okay, across the horizontal line. Well, I could just hit that it's crossing 1-to-1. It's crossed my 1-to-1 level. And I know I have a trade there. So when it comes up and triggers that, I'm going to come to the computer. I'm going to modify this and make it 5 contracts. I'm going to move my stop on up. Okay. Copy your lines. You don't have to keep dropping them. Hit control. Not the order, guys. Hit the line, hit control, copy that line up, and then you can do it on multiple orders. We don't want both. Okay, but set an alarm on each level, and then just come in and trigger that line, set an alarm that says, 1 to 2. 1 risk to 2 time reward. Come up here, hits 1 to 3. So you have alarms set. You will come back to your computer. And why would you want to know when this one's hit? Well, when that one's hit, I want to move my stop here to break even. Okay? When this one's hit up here, I want to move my stop at least above this level, if not, higher. Okay. So that's how you can allow yourself to kind of walk away from the trade and be more hands off. Now I'm going to delete the orders. So again, we're going for speed on getting those contracts on. So I'll run it again. Again, it's very, very fast. It has to set up the trade and then place it and then set up the next. It sets up multiple trades. So we have an order on to buy. We have a stop order, first take profit, second take profit, and third take profit. 5 trades. I couldn't place them this fast if I tried. And I would probably mess something up. So again, this is taking us out of the equation. All I have to do is I see the buy signal, I hit the button, and just let it do its thing. There's 3, there's 4, there's order 5 and done. I mean, in a matter of seconds, it's placed all 5 orders for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know when we'll have something like this done, but it is in the works. So I love it. I'll be using it the rest of the week and next week just on trials to make sure it keeps working. And then we're actually working on scripting next week. So hope you enjoyed. Trade safe. Enjoy your weekend this weekend. Don't forget non-farm is tomorrow. And we'll talk to you later.